So we have our Premiership final. It is Bath versus Leicester. Leicester putting away Sale 21-16. A fairly close game on the scoreboard all the way through, but Leicester a very dominant first half. Sale came back a bit, but Leicester definitely deserve it. Some classic Tigers rugby in this one. We're going to go through the game, pick up some key themes, talk about some players as well, and let me know what you thought about this game. But definitely really hard fought, massive tackles all the way through. Some classy operators though on show for the Tigers early on I was making a note of. Ollie Chesham I thought looked brilliant all game. He's going to be great for the Lions. I think his line-out ball work is fantastic. Andre Pollard's kicking was great. JVP's kicking was really good. And the launch plays are just going through. Cater smashing up the middle on a short ball or a switch ball. His basics done really well and it gets the home team an early penalty and 3-0 well deserved. Ford seems to be putting up high balls on Freddie Stewart, which is a bit strange. That doesn't come to much. And Hassel Collins did great in the air as well. And they definitely won that kicking battle that both sides were trying to play. On 13 minutes with the Tigers well on top, it's that Chesham line-out ball once again. And he carries again in midfield. But Cracknell flops on him just when they're building nicely. So Sale are surviving early on. Only 3 points down though. So no, they're hanging on in there. But it's all about that high ball battle. Just a first note on one of the players here, Rafi Quirk is a very interesting scrum half. We know he's got all the ability physically, skill-wise, does make a few strange decisions. It'll be interesting to see if he goes with England or not in the summer. You know, he needs to develop. If he gets those decisions better, he could be a very good player indeed. We've got 3 young England props going at each other. Apoko Fajora, a bit of a quieter game for him. He had to go off in the second half as the Sale scrum was just creaking a bit. So a good little battle there. Then on 19 minutes, a costly blunder from Jean-Luc Duprier. He just carries a restart, pretty upright really, and then tries to throw it a little desperate out of the tackle. It's risky, Quirk knocks it on, and Leicester punish them straight away as Radwan is in acres of space, spotted by JVP. It is a right mess on the cover. Cowan-Dickey, Quirk and Reed all realise no one's at home. Someone should have been there, but they all cover across at the same speed and just shoot past Radwan, who just steps him easily to score. So really bad cover there, no communication. On 23 minutes, we see the first bit of Ford's nice passing selection, a nice flat skip pass, puts Ben Curry straight through, but the support play just can't quite get with him. So Sale are getting plenty of attacks, but they can't make it stick. On 27 minutes, we see the best try of the game. It's very much Leicester in the build-up, classic Leicester. Individual runners doing their job. Cater, Liebenberg, battering past defenders, beating tacklers, and that just sucks in a little bit of the wide defence, and Radwan is once again completely by himself, and it looks like Pollard has overcooked the kick pass into the dead ball zone, but Radwan has other ideas with his speed. He goes full Superman dive to catch and score in one motion. What a try. That's going to be replayed a lot. 13-3 and Leicester are taking control. Now, should Steve Borthwick take Adam Radwan for England in the summer? Well, if he likes tries, yes, he should. Is his all-round game perfect? Well, probably not, but goodness me, he is probably the quickest player England have available. I'm pretty sure everyone wants him to go. And Leicester are finishing the half well on top. A lovely 50-22 from Pollard, who's kicking out of hand like a dream, although he can't pull the trigger on a drop goal just at the end, and he fluffs a drop goal at the end as well. So some really good punting from Pollard, but not all perfect. But they finish the half 13-3, nice and dominant. In the second half, though, the rain starts coming down. Players are slipping up everywhere. They're dropping the ball. It's definitely very cagey. But Sale actually worked the ball wide straight away to Reed, who skins Radwan. So one back for him. Quirk in a good position, though, panics and pops a kick that's easily marked in the 22, and a good chance is wasted. And that is the Quirk conundrum that we talked about. And it really shows itself in the next attacking play where Quirk gets a chance to run, which is what he's so good at. And he beats a few players, winning a penalty, get a nice easy 3 points. So that's 13-6. Wet ball causing havoc, like I said, but in the scrum, Leicester are edging it for sure. And yet, Apoko Fajor gets taken off, Will Griff drawn on, and it definitely solidifies the scrum for Sale. So from that scrum penalty, Pollard gets a chance from 40 minutes, but pushes it well wide. But then Tommy Rafael gives him another chance in a similar position straight away, and he knocks that one over. So it's 6. On 55 minutes, Sale a little bit fortunate winning a penalty from a loose line out, and their line out wasn't great all game. Cowan-Dickey overthrows sometimes. It's been an area that's been said is weakest in his game, and it'll be interesting to see how he goes with the Lions in the line out anyway. But Sale get a nice 5-metre maul from that opportunity. Wet conditions, it feels like they need to get some points, and they do with some lovely soft hands in the wet as they line up nice and narrow, as you would do in the wet, and it's perfectly executed. 2 pullbacks to Ford, who pops through Dupree on a nice killer line there, and they get back into the game. 16-13, massive moment for Sale, and it gets pretty cagey, as you would expect. Both teams just playing limited phases in the middle of the pitch and popping the kick up to see if they can get something from it. On come the retiring heroes for the Tigers, Cole and Ben Youngs, and they seem the perfect type of players for this situation. Cagey, their experience, world-class basics, and they see the game out, to be fair. Don't see a lot of them, but they do the basics, which is what you'd expect. On 64 minutes, Sale get back level as Nicky Smith gets worked over by his fellow Welshman, Will Griff-John. Penalty, lovely kick from Ford, and it is 16 all. So Sale have sensibly worked themselves back into this game. Interesting that Sale continued not to compete in the line-out at times against Ollie Chesham to try and get their maul defence really well, but on this occasion their maul defence is nowhere, so it completely backfires, and the absolute killer line by sub-centre Parise, who cuts in, goes back out and outstrips Waugh's cover. Would Quirk have made it? That's an interesting question there, but it's a brilliant try from Parise. 21-16, that's the impact you want off the bench. We have another departing hero going off the pitch for Leicester. It is Montoya, who's been the perfect hooker for them. So, Montoya going, Young's going, Cole going, Pollard's obviously off. So, they're going to want to finish this season on an absolute high. And it just looks like Leicester are closing the last 10 minutes out nice and easily until Adam Radwan gets it all wrong, taking out a player in the air, and Ford punches the ball nice and deep 40 metres to get a final attack in the 22. Nice carrier v defence, one-on-one challenge until sub-flanker Ilioni gets a huge turnover. Now, Ilioni used to be an England under-20s captain, and he's had a big impact in the last half of this season. He's in the England squad at the moment. Is he going to stay there? That is going to be interesting. But yeah, that was good impact from him as well. And then after that scare, Leicester do control the next 5 minutes, but there's one final attack, but Leicester just hold off, keep it clean, don't give away any penalties, and make their tackles and see out the game for a nicely well-deserved victory. 21-16, classic Tigers rugby, but can they do it again against Bath? It's going to be a fantastic matchup of the big boys in that final at Twickenham next weekend. Let me know what you thought of this game and how that final is going to go. If you haven't subscribed already and liked the video, it really helps me out, so please do, that would be great, and I'll catch you next time.